How do you dig yourself out? Help, I'm in a funk. How do you dig yourself out of a funk? It starts inward. Everything is inward. I'm going to give you the inward story, right? It starts inward. One of the first things to do is to look inward. Why? Why is that important? Because the essence of who you are is in here. The essence of who you are is spirit. Yes, we got the mind, we got the body, we got the spirit inside. The spirit is the essence of who you are. When you were created, when did you come to life? You had your body, scooped some dirt up. God scooped some dirt up, fashioned it. It was like, ooh, this is good. But when did you come alive? The breath. You came alive. The spirit, the breath. That's the essence of who you are. So the first thing to do is to go inside, inward, because who you are is inside and then expressed outside. Okay. So the 3 ways I want to share with you 3 ways. Actually, I have 5. 5 ways to break out of a funk and into fun. Okay? Gonna break out and into fun. Come on, do it me. Break out and into fun. And actually, that's one of the things. That's one of the things, but I'll get there. All right. So, first thing I want to say, number 1, sit with your feelings. You got to go inward, right? Sit with your feelings. It amazes me how many women rush through this. I have a client who does not want to feel. She just works. She works, 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 works. And when something goes wrong, you know what she does? She works, 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 works. Behavioral therapist Brodsky says that if you give yourself time and permission to feel what you're feeling, or if you can even name what you're feeling, name the emotion, it can help you start to move past it. And one of the first things we do in the Personal Power Academy, we do this deep dive. And it is so hard for many of the women to complete it. You know what they come back saying after that first, it's one of the first assignments. They come back after that first session saying, I, I, I didn't even know. I didn't even know what I felt, because they're not used to being in the feeling. And I get it, right? As women, we got to keep it moving. We got to do what we do. We're holding up so many people. We're juggling so many balls. We're making it happen, right? And we don't create space for ourselves to feel. But let me tell you, one of the first things, the most important things that you could do for yourself is to begin to grow in your awareness of what you're feeling. Okay. My daughter is like this. When I tell her, listen, you got to go with the tide. Don't go against it. Like when you fight against something, what happens? What you resist persists, right? And when you fight it, you get swept away. But if you go with the flow, you know how you're at the beach and you jump in the waves? If you try to fight those waves, but if you go with it, you go, ooh, it's fun. And it moves you just a little bit, right? But you don't get like blown away. But when you stand there and say, come for me, that wave will knock your little butt away. You don't know what hit you. So it's important to go with that flow. Understand what you're feeling. Name the emotion. Okay. Give yourself permission to feel. Go with it. So I actually kind of just gave away some of the steps when I told you about why I was in the funk. Do you remember what I said? Why I was in the funk? First of all, I said that I did not go to bed early, right? Sleep, first of all. is so important. How much sleep are you getting? Listen, sleep, y'all. We think that we could just, and I'm confessing, me too, especially since I launched my coaching business. I have been not getting enough sleep because I'm still working my 9 to 5 and then I'm building, right? So when am I going to build? I'm going to build after work hours, right? I get or up early. So I get up early and then I work and then I do some stuff after work. And I'm doing it because I love it and it doesn't feel like work, but I'm going to tell you it started to catch up with me over the past couple of weeks because things as the Lord is blessing me and things are increasing. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to manage all of this, right? So I made a decision that I'm going to let God build my business. I'm going to show up within a certain amount of hours. And then after those hours, I'm going to shut it down and I'm going to trust that God's going to bless. He's going to bless it. And I'm not going to, drive myself to keep working and working and working and working. Because I'm not a machine. I need my rest. And I won't be, the time that I give, I'll be more productive because I'll be rested. I'll be more creative because I'm not trying to stay awake. Right? It's important to get enough sleep. So, what is it that you're working on that you're putting all of this extra time in at the cost of yourself? And it may be a project, it may be like me, a side hustle, another business that you're expecting to transition. It might be, you might be a full-time entrepreneur and you just have this on switch all the time. Go, 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 go. It's not healthy, sis. You need your rest. Okay? You need your rest. So sleep is very important. Other thing that's important, what did I say? I said I had a hamburger and French fries. No judgment for all of you people who eat hamburgers and French fries. I'm probably the minority here. But listen, your diet is important. What you put in your body is fuel. So you got to think of yourself as a Mercedes. You don't pull up to the gas station and put regular in a Mercedes. You're going to screw up that engine. You're going to mess up your investment. Well, guess what? You, my love, are Mercedes. Yes, you are. And you have to put premium in your body. So, all I'm saying is your diet does impact the way that you feel. And you may not realize it because you've been feeling like this forever, ever, so you don't even recognize it. But have you ever done like a fast or a cleanse or something? And you're like, oh man, I feel so light. I feel so good, right? You recognize it. You do. But then you pollute it over again and that malaise happens and you just get into that, you know, that zombie like state. So pay attention to what you eat because it does impact. It does impact your funk. Your funk. There are studies that show that people who are depressed, when they change their diet, the depression lifts. I know even for my son, when we shifted his diet, we got greater eye contact. His language opened up. He was able to focus better. It was amazing. It was because of the food. All of it is connected. Okay. And we know this. We know this, man. That impacts your funk. All right. Second thing, what did I say? I said I didn't walk, I didn't exercise. Movement. Movement helps to break the funk. So go for a walk, some exercise, turn on some music and dance. When I had y'all dancing, that helps. That helps. That helps. That shifts your energy. Yeah, and then you start vibrating on another level. And then it sustains you. And you're like, oh, I feel a little bit better. Hi. Movement matters. Movement matters. And then And then the other thing is, so I said sleep, uh, break out of funk, sleep, diet, movement, alignment, alignment. So this is the other thing. I did not, so I went to bed really late. And I was like, I just slept. I slept in. And my husband, when he came in, usually I'm up before him. He was like, "You okay?" Because I've never. This was like the first time, right, that I haven't gotten up early. He was like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just done. I'm just tired." And I just stayed in the bed. I didn't even get up. I stayed there. Um, but I did not do my morning routine. And for me, that's everything. For me, just being able to align with God, to do my scripture reading, my declarations, my prayer time, my meditation, all of that helps me. So, on one hand, I felt like I'm just so tired, I just need to rest. But then when I got up, I felt out of whack, because there's some things that help you to be in alignment, which shifts your energy, even if you're tired. It makes a difference. So that's one thing, aligning with God. But the other thing is connecting with people. If you're in a funk, connecting with people helps to break you out of the funk. So my husband and I, we have a standing 7 o'clock a.m. appointment where we just talk. We pray together, but we just talk because both of us have demanding lives. So we know at least every day at 7 o'clock we're going to connect. We're going to talk. So those connections are important. Who is it in your life that you need to connect with? Who can you connect with when you're in a funk? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. It could just be a coworker. It could just be, let me get out of this office and walk over to this person's office, another person's office, and just connect with them. Have a conversation. Just that action can lift you up out of your funk. Okay. And then the last thing is comparison, social media comparison. So for me, when I did my speech, I recorded it. And then I started comparing it to, listen, I started comparing it to Lisa Nichols because that's my what do you call it? My goal. I'm gonna be Theresa Noye on Lisa Nichols level, right? So I was like, oh, did I do it like Lisa? I'm just being honest. This was going through my head. And that impacts you, right? So that didn't help with my funk. So sometimes just turning off those things that cause you to doubt, cause you to feel less than, cause you to compare, and brings up your adequacy issues, right? Turn that stuff off. Turn it off and go inward and remind yourself who you are. Okay? So, those are 5 things you can do: sleep, diet, movement, aligning, connecting, right? And social media comparison. Um, excuse me. Thank you. The other thing is, okay, so those are the things that you do inwardly, right? Then you can just do some fun things to help break up the funk. Have some fun, first of all. Have fun. Turn on some music, right? I love music. Something about music. You turn on that music and it could transport you to a different place. So turn on some music. What's your favorite song? What's all right, I got this song. What's your It's Gonna Be a Great Day song? What's the song that gets you moving and grooving, right? Shifts your energy, right? Turn on that music. Do something. Do something creative. Are you a poet? Are you an artist? Are you what do you call this with the needles? Crocheter, knitter? What things do you like to do? Do that. Do something that gives you life, that gives expression to the creative side of you. Then what about your environment? Is it messy? Is it cluttered? That's the first thing I did when I came in here. I had left everything a mess after my talk. So I was like, let me put this stuff away and bring some order to my space, right? So cleaning up your environment helps to shift your energy and give you some space inside. Even though it's something you're doing externally, inside, it helps to shift you, okay, and help you to break out that funk. Go outside. If you're going outside, especially since a lot of us are working from home, be deliberate. You can be deliberate in stopping every, hour and just go step outside. Breathe in the air, stretch a little bit, maybe go for a walk after you've had a series of 4 hours. Take a little half-hour walk. Walking, being outside, putting your feet in the grass, hugging a tree. I'm a tree hugger. It grounds you. It helps you to break out of the funk. Okay, so go outside. And then the last thing, self-care, right? What makes you feel good? This is the thing. Now, this is the part that we don't have no problem doing. Well, we may have a problem, but we hear about these things all the time, about pampering yourself, right? Take a bubble bath. I have a friend, one of my business buddies, Sanja. She is a powerhouse. Sanja, she takes a bubble bath every night. Every night she takes a bubble bath, and she loves to travel to these exotic places. She's taken all kinds of bubble baths in all over the world. And when you see the pictures, it's amazing, right? But you can take a bubble bath in your tub in your town and still have the same impact. A mani, a petty, whatever. What makes you feel good, sis? Do something that makes you feel good. Okay? So those are some strategies for how to break out of your funk. Now, this is what I want to say. I want to ask you to pay attention to when you're not feeling like yourself, when you should be concerned about it, because a funk is something that's short, right? A couple of bad days here and there, that's, you don't have to be concerned about that. But if you have negative feelings and they're lasting longer and longer and longer, that's a sign that you might be dealing with something, that's a little more serious. So I want to put that disclaimer here and want to encourage you that if you find that you have an inability to identify um, something good that's happening in your life, that's a cause for concern. And if you feel like things won't ever get better, nothing improves your mood, your appetite changes, you're tired, you're exhausted all the time, right? If you're not having any little joys, any breakthrough moments, then sis, reach out for support, okay? I want you to reach out for support, okay? Okay. But we all have our funks, right? Guess what is helping me to get out? Guess what else helped me to get out of my funk today? Being here with you. Y'all know I love being with you. This gives me life. I love doing this. So I get so much energy and life from doing this. So find the thing that brings you joy. Okay?